Okay, we are spending Friday morning with a cup of the best coffee I think that's ever been created. This is caramel pecan roll, and I have it in my little pumpkin mug. This is pumpkin spice everything, and it's like a little pumpkin lid. How cute is that? I'm going to try to finish up To Kill a Kingdom right now. I can't lie, I've been skimming, and when I skim a book, I know I don't like it. Like I know it's not for me. I just want to kind of finish it so I can move on to something that I'm enjoying more. So I'm going to read and drink my coffee, and I will check back in a little bit later with you guys. I'm having a date night tonight, so I'm gonna do a little like chit chat, get ready with me, and like a question and answer, so stick around for that. I finished the book, gave it 2 stars I think. Here she is. 2 stars. I'm sad about it, but that's okay. And the next read I'm going to do is A Lady's Guide to Fortune Hunting by Sophie Irwin. We are going to do a little get ready with me, and I'm going to be answering some questions. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, be sure to, because that's where I ask most of my like poll questions, and like if I'm ever doing a Q&A, that's where I will reach out for questions. So we have quite a few. I'm honestly not wearing much makeup because in the summer I don't really like to. I feel like I'm kind of tan enough. I'm literally pale as a ghost, but like tanner than normal. So I'm not gonna really talk about the products I'm using too much. I'm just kind of gonna show you and answer the questions. So we are going to start off with this L'Oreal True Match Lumi Glotion. First question is, how many work in progresses do you have and how are they going? That's such a fun question. So I actually have 3 work in progresses. For those of you who aren't familiar with like that term, that is just like for writing like pieces that you're working on basically. So I'm in the process of writing one of them, but I kind of have 3 in the works. The first one is one that I started like over a year ago, and it's like mainly romance, kind of like a academic rivals / enemies to lovers, and it's super fun and cute. I really like it. I will come back to it eventually, but it's just not like what I want to work on right now. So, and then I have the book that I started a couple weeks ago, one that's being written in 3rd person, and I wrote like 15,000 words for that, and then the other day I realized I want it to be in 1st person, I think. So I restarted it literally last night, and I'm at like 2,000 words. This is my favorite concealer ever, the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Next question is favorite book. If you see me looking off this way, it's because that's where the mirror is. I have quite a few. I'm going to just do the ones that stick out the most to me, the ones that like I remember, and like the ones that come to mind the most. So that would be Circe by Madeline Miller, which is a like Greek mythology retelling. If you're into Greek mythology, you should totally read that. She's a phenomenal author. This concealer is a bit too light for me, I think. It's definitely too light for me, so we're gonna really have to blend. I loved Anastasia by Sophie Lark. Hunger Games. Anything Lisa Jewell. I'm a big Lisa Jewell fan, specifically The Family Upstairs. I loved Fourth Wing. I loved the Caraval series. I don't know. I love so many books. It's hard for me to pick one because my mood changes. I loved Clytemnestra by Costanza Casati. Great book if you're into Greek mythology. Next question is favorite song and artist. If you can hear, right now I'm listening to Noah Kahan. I've been loving Noah Kahan recently. I went to his concert a couple weeks ago, and ever since then I've been like truly obsessed. Taylor Swift. Those are like my top 2 right now. Taylor Swift and Noah Kahan. Love them both. Favorite song would probably be I Can See You right now. Like that's just like my current favorite. Like what I'm like listening to nonstop. Dial Drunk, Noah Kahan. Also, like this is like a never skip, and I know all the words, and it's just like the weirdest song ever, and I love it. Paris by the 1975. Something about it just like wakes me up, like brings me back to life. I don't know, I just love that song. Next question is, if you could have dinner with an author, who would it be and why? That is a very good question, and I think I would have to pick either Emily Henry, because I just love the way she writes her characters. She writes them so relatable. Like half the time it feels like she like cracked open my brain, and wrote my inner thoughts. So I would just like love to hear her writing process and like basically steal that from her. Just kidding, but I love her writing, and I think I would love to have dinner with her and pick her brain on her process. Or, oh my god, this looks so blotchy. Or V.E. Schwab. I completely forgot another of my favorite books is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I don't know how I could ever forget that, because that's probably my number one. I'm so sorry I forgot that. So sorry. So yeah, V.E. Schwab and Emily Henry for sure. They are just such intelligent people, and their books are just so good. I just love to pick their brains. Next question is, why did you start reading? So I've kind of always been a reader, like my whole life. My mom is a big reader, and I just kind of grew up with books. Like, that's just kind of, like, I want to give you a more intricate answer, but I kind of can't. I just grew up reading, so it's just kind of always been in my life. I stopped for a while in high school and college, which sucks, but I did. I was just kind of, I don't know, just kind of like busy with school, and I kind of lost the passion, which sucks. But about like towards the end of college, like when COVID happened, I just kind of rediscovered my love for reading, and ever since then it's been great. Next question is, what book got you into reading? Again, kind of a tough question to answer, but I'm gonna like flip this question and talk about books from my childhood that like stuck with me, and like when I think about like books that truly like live in my heart, I think of these. So the first one is Chrysanthemum. I think it's by Kevin Henkes. I'll have to check. I don't know why. I just love Chrysanthemum. I read that so much as like a young kid, and I think that really sparked my love for reading. The Tale of Despereaux, loved that book, as well as The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane. Like, those three just like really stick out to me. I also loved reading like Junie B. Jones and like all those, and like I feel like nobody read these, but like, do you know the Wacky School series? Loved those. So that's not really the question I was asked, but that's what I'm gonna answer. But then when I got back into reading again, like towards the end of college, actually the books that got me into reading were Colleen Hoover, which I feel like is a very reoccurring theme with a lot of readers. Now I'm not like the biggest fan of her books. There's a lot of controversy with her. To be fair, I'm not really familiar with, like, I'm not really educated on what's going on with her, and I don't really read her books, so I don't have much to say on that, but I will say her books did get me into reading, so take that for what you want. Okay, next question is book of the year in your opinion. Do I want to answer this as like my favorite book that I've read this year or best book released? I'm gonna go with best book released this year, and I'm going to have to go with Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. Loved that book so much, so good. Next question is tips for growing your Booksta account. My Booksta has been one of the harder accounts for me to grow. I have Booksta, BookTok, and BookTube. I'm on all three of the book social media, and Booksta's definitely been tough for me. I don't know why. I think it took a while for me to figure out like my style of pictures that I like to post, how much of myself I'd like to post, which at first was like really none, and now I'm very open with like posting myself on my account, because I've built like a community, I guess, of people that I feel comfortable with sharing my life with, or at least this part of my life. And I feel like the biggest piece of advice would be to engage with people truthfully. This is the third blush I've put on. Like, something is truthfully wrong with me, but I can't stop. just engage with people, like ask people what they think about, like ask people like what they think about the books they're reading, like make friends, you know what I mean? Like I feel like that's the best way to build your bookstore, when you actually start like looking for true connections and like people to be friends with and stuff like that. Like that's when it really starts to grow, and that's like the most rewarding feeling, like when it's growing because you're making connections rather than just like random names, random users. Like it feels so rewarding when it's like people that like you've connected with, you know what I mean? So I hope that helps. Least thing about the writing process. Side note, I don't have a eyelash curler. Mine broke, so this is gonna be a little tough. Least favorite thing about the writing process would probably have to be the self-discipline that you need, because when I am in it, I am in it, like I'm feeling it, it's going great, but when I'm not, it is so hard for me to get back to it and like keep writing, like when I'm not motivated. And that's like one of the biggest things. You have to stay motivated to write. You just do, because you're not going to want to write every single day. But the longer you put it off, the like further and further you push yourself from the story, and it's just harder and harder to connect to the characters again and the story. So you really need that self-discipline, and that is something I am working on, because I'm not very good at it, but I'm working on it. And I think having these social media accounts has actually helped me, because I try to post even when like I don't feel like I have something to talk about or like stuff to post. I try to think of like fun and engaging things to post. So it's kind of like taught me, I guess, to like, I don't know, you get what I'm saying. So I guess that's my least favorite part, because everything else I love writing. Like when I'm in the zone, I'm in the zone, and it's so much fun for me. Like it's truly a passion. The next question we have is, what's your daily routine like? I would love to see more days in the life. I would love to film more of those, truthfully. But the honest answer is my regular day-to-day is kind of boring. Like it really kind of is. So let me run you through like a typical day. So right now I am only working part-time and from home. So I am a homebody right now. You didn't know, I have Crohn's, and I was diagnosed with this like 6 months ago, but I've been dealing with it for about a year and a half at this point now, which is truly crazy. So the past year has been definitely like weird, and for a while my daily routine was laying in bed, working for a few hours, and then getting back in bed because I felt sick, truthfully. But I've been on medicine for a couple months and I feel so much better. So like I have a lot more motivation to like get out and do stuff. So let me, okay, so let me stop giving you a pity party, because I really am okay. I'm good. I feel great. But daily routine, I try to wake up early every day. By early, I mean like 8 o'clock, between 8 and 9. That's like typically when I will wake up. I try to work early in the morning so I can like keep my afternoons open, so I can create content, stuff like that. So I will wake up, eat breakfast, have coffee, whatnot, work, and then I will dedicate a lot of my afternoon to reading and creating content. I hang out with my boyfriend a lot. Like we try to do date nights, like planned date nights, like tonight, twice a month. But we'll hang out like on a regular basis, like during the week and stuff, and like I'll read, I'll play video games, stuff like that. But truthfully, my day-to-day is kind of boring. Like it changes, but I like to cook, I like to read, I like to go for walks, shop sometimes, but I'm poor, so try not to. But yeah, that's pretty much my day-to-day. And I love being home, like I really do. I'm trying to like push myself and get out a little bit more because I think it's good for my mental health, but for the most part I am home reading, truthfully, or scrolling through TikTok because I'm truly addicted, and I'm trying to break that addiction. But yeah, that's what we're working with right now. I'm gonna straighten my hair and then I might do something like this, like half up, half down. But I still have a few more questions to answer, so I'll go ahead and answer those while I do my hair. This question says, what is your most reread book? I hate to tell you guys this, but I am not a rereader. I don't reread books ever. I don't know why. Just like, I wish I could because I'm such a movie rewatcher. Like, I watch the same movies on repeat, like Pride and Prejudice, and that's it. Just Pride and Prejudice. Things I hate about you. What else do I watch? What movies? Bridesmaids. I love Bridesmaids. Like rom-coms. Notting Hill I'll watch. Like, I love rewatching movies. But with books, I don't know, something about it. I just don't reread. The only one I can think of that I really reread was The Hunger Games. And I did that reread in April of this year, and that was awesome. I actually am really glad that I did that because I love The Hunger Games. Oh, that's another comfort movie. I love Hunger Games. Like, speaking of, I just saw No Hard Feelings with Jennifer Lawrence, and it was so funny. I didn't expect it to be like that funny. It was that funny. So if you're into funny movies, recommend. Next question is your go-to genre. That would have to be fantasy for me. Like, if I had to pick one genre to like only read, it would be fantasy. Next question. Favorite tropes and a book example for each. Okay, number one, I will say enemies to lovers. And the first one that is like not what I meant to do. The first one I think of is ACOTAR. Love that. I love fake dating. Fake dating's so much fun. One that like really sticks out to me is Honey and Spice. Loved that one. That one, oh my god, my hair. That one felt like such a like mature college romance. Loved it. So if you're looking for a fake dating, highly recommend Honey and Spice. Next question. Favorite song to sing in the shower? Changes, really changes. This, if you can't hear it, it's Supercut. Right now, anything Taylor Swift. Like, when I shower, it's all Taylor Swift, I feel like. So yeah, anything Taylor Swift for the shower. Next question is, how do you get yourself out of a reading slump? This is like a tricky question for me. I was actually just asked this by my friend, and he was like, how do you like get out of a reading slump? How do you like keep reading? Like, I just like get into these slumps and I can't do it. And truthfully, I cheat because I have my social media to think about, and I'm trying to make a bit of a living off of my social media. So I kind of have to read. Like, I kind of have to do it. That's kind of like if I'm like not in the mood to read, I think like, okay, if I don't read, I don't have content to make. So it kind of keeps me motivated. But I will say tips I have are to read short stories or authors that you know you like. I also think thrillers are perfect for reading slumps. I don't think romance is a good reading slump pick. Sorry, I just don't, because I feel like romance is so hit or miss and like you have to be invested. But I feel like thrillers are perfect because they're fast paced, there's a lot of moving parts, and like, I don't know, I just feel like a thriller is perfect. So if you're in a reading slump, try out a thriller. Even if you're not a thriller person, try it out. Let me know what you think. Updates on your bookish goals. Yes, actually, so originally in the beginning of the year, my goal was to read 100 books this year, and that has since been changed to 70, because I read one book in February. That was the only month I like had a really hard time with reading, and it was because I was like pretty sick. Like, I was in the hospital for a while. So I was like, rather than kill myself the rest of the year to try to catch up, let's just make some adjustments. Let's bring it down a bit, because I knew it was gonna be like a transition to get back into the swing of things too. So like March was a bit of a rough one as well. So I changed it to 70. This one says a book character that you relate to. I will tell you the most like relatable character to read about recently for me was Nina Riva in Malibu Rising. I feel like Taylor Jenkins Reid is phenomenal at creating relatable characters, and Nina Riva for me was like relatable. Like, I don't know if I would say we're similar, so I'm not sure if that's even making sense, but something about her, I'm just like, yes, like, I feel you. Okay, I'm done with the questions for now, so I'm gonna finish up straightening my hair real quick so this video isn't like 4 hours long, and then I will check back in. Okay, I'm not sure about this outfit, so I'm definitely wearing this shirt because I just got it and I've been wanting to wear it. Do we like these pants with it? I think I like the jeans better, and they're looser, and I'm eating dinner, so like, I have room. Alright, we are getting ready to go to the Amish market to get some groceries for the week. The outfit we are wearing. Yeah, we should. I'm gonna end off this vlog with a little reading update. So I'm almost done this book, Lady's Guide to Fortune Hunting by Sophie Irwin. If you're into Regency era romances, please, please, please pick this up. It's incredible. I'm having so much fun reading it. I'm buddy reading it with my friend Alexia, and both of us are obsessed with it. It's like the perfect palate cleanser, and it's the perfect like little funny slow burn, enemies to lovers. So highly recommend this one. And also I want to do a little book haul from yesterday at Barnes. I ended up getting the beautiful Once Upon a Broken Heart. I'm so excited to start this. I was a huge fan of Jack's when I read the Caraval series, so I'm so excited to get into this one. But that is pretty much it for this weekend's vlog. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm recording all of this on my new camera, so it's super exciting for me. So if you enjoyed this vlog, stick around, like, subscribe, and I will be posting every Wednesday and Sunday. So thank you guys for watching, and have a fantastic week.